had something I was doing. Sorry for the previous interruption in the last live. It's nice to be speaking to all of you again. My name is Chidu Mbudenka. I discuss African politics on this channel, and it's nice to be talking to all of you. My name is Chidu Mbudenka, and I like discussing African politics. I have a few works of my own. I wrote this book, and I also have a paper on my critiques of communism and socialism, socialist and collective ideas. I believe in more of the individual, and of course, collective good does come at some point. And I hope my audience is around now because it's around 7 p.m. This is when you guys are usually out. So we can have real discussions on African politics. I'd love to have a discussion with one of you guys. If you have any questions about African politics, I'm willing to answer it. Willing to answer it at any point. I think first off, I said my name. My name is Chidu Mbudenka. I'm Nigerian. I'm from West Africa, and I'm proud to be African. I could call myself an African nationalist. Huh. Africa is a really interesting place to be in. I grew up partly most of my childhood was lived in Africa. And I think I just like considering Africa as a whole instead of nations or anything like that. My name is Chidu Mbudenka. I talk about African politics on my channel. So someone's joined the live. If you have any questions or opinions you want to give on Africa, drop into the comments so we can have a real discussion about African politics. It's something I'm really interested in. I literally wrote a book on one of Africa's empires. This is the book. I wrote it in 2 weeks. It's called Empires Lost to the Sun, a comprehensive exploration of Mali, a lost civilization. Hi, Smile 49266. It's nice to meet you. Do you have any questions about African politics? Or are you one of my subscribers? Let's talk about African politics. I love talking about African politics. Any question you have, drop us in the comments. Let's have a debate, discussion, anything on any issue. You can ask for my opinion on any issue. If we disagree or agree, we can have a discussion on whatever the topic is on African politics. African politics is something that's really dear to my heart and it's something I enjoy discussing about. I just want to give a shout out. Okay, Smile. I'll call you Smile from now on. I want to give a shout out to everybody who's been supporting me. We reached 100 subscribers in 3 weeks. In just 3 weeks. It's so amazing. By just talking about African politics and giving my opinion on it. I think it's something really interesting. I actually grew up in a household that enjoyed talking about African politics in general. You know, my granddad fought in the Biafran army. He fought in the Biafran army. He died in 2018, I think. He fought in the Biafran army. He tells so many stories about Africa. He's actually one of the reasons why I got into history in the first place. One of the reasons why I even wrote this book. The opening page of the book is dedicated. I dedicated it to my grandfather, and actually, I think this dedication was good. I said historian, soldier, mentor. This is my first step in a lifetime of research inspired by your example. I think the dedication is good. It's actually my draft. I've been working on it recently. I've been working on the draft recently. I'm putting my highlights and smile. If you have any questions, I'm open to answer them. Any questions about my opinions on anything? Okay, what do I think about Somaliland? I've gotten this question before. Are you the same person from last time? I got this question before. What I think about Somaliland? I think that the Somalian government should have control over Somaliland again. Yeah, I think we can have a discussion. My opinion on Somaliland is that the central government should have control over Somaliland again. But then Somaliland has to be under control of the central government. But I think the central government should implement a more federal type of government, so Somaliland can have a sense of independence or semi-independence of their own. Because I think that's one of the whole reasons why there was actually secession of Somaliland in the first place. I think a more federal form of government should be implemented for Somaliland and the rest of the rest of Somalia, actually. Because I think Somalia can actually be a really great country if they get their stuff together, you know? Because right now Somaliland isn't being led by the best people. And of course, the central government in no way is the best people to be handling Somaliland or any part of Somalia. But I still think that we should implement a more central form of government to Somaliland in the first place. Because a more central form of government is going to stop secession, and it's going to bring about more unity, you know? Thank you. It's really amazing. If you enjoy talking about African politics, remember to check out my channel. I talk a lot about African politics. Like that's literally all I do when I come back from school. Because like nobody in my school knows about this channel. I'd get so clowned if people found out. But I do enjoy talking about African politics. I'm very sure people would make stickers of my face if they found out I had a channel talking about African politics. You know? Like check out my channel. I talk a lot about this type of issues. I think it's in the comment section I had on this. Some guy who was asking about my opinion on this issue. It's really amazing thing to have this platform because I'm shocked myself. I'm really shocked myself. I was able to get this platform. I got 100 subscribers, actually 100 past 100 subscribers, and it hasn't been 1 month of doing YouTube because I think that I don't think enough people. Thank you. I can tell my friends about this. It's cool. Yeah, if they're interested in African politics, you can tell them about it. You know. Because I personally believe that African issues should be more widely discussed amongst people, you know. And I think one of the reasons why I grew so fast in the first place was for like one reason. I think one of the reasons why I grew so fast, I support you, brother. Oh yeah, you're the guy I asked. You're the guy. I knew it. I knew you were the guy I asked. I knew you were the guy. So I was like, this username looks familiar. This username looks familiar. Exactly. And I was like, it's the exact same question I got before. You know, it was the exact same question. Like, I actually want to have live discussions with you guys. I actually want to have like a real discussion with people on African politics and the issues we have today in Africa. Even the lack of real governments and elite capture that's happening in Africa today. Yeah, I think you people have seen what's happening in Mali, right? You've seen what's happening in Mali with the jihadist insurgencies. That's of recent. You know, it's sad. Oh shit, my phone's about to die. I think we might have to discuss like this. I think I have to talk like this so I can charge my phone. It's so nice to finally talk to you guys face to face. Okay, now my phone's charging. Do you guys have any other questions? I'd love to answer them. It's amazing that we grew so fast in such a small time. I remember when we had that discussion, I was at like 60 subscribers or something. Today we're at like past 100, and it's only been 1 month, man. Okay, what's your question? What's your question? Tell me. Anything. What's your question, man? Anything, any issue. Okay, where do I come from? I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria, I'm from West Africa. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. Thank you. Like what country? Like Nigeria. Nigeria is a country. Nigeria is a country in West Africa. You can search it up. Nigeria is a country in West Africa. Really big country. It has like the largest population in all of Africa, like the largest population of an African country in all of Africa. But in my mind, I'd actually like a more unified Africa. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like in my vision for Africa is a more united Africa, honestly. Because I just have this vision of a unified Africa, at least the majority of Africa being united under a federation type of government or a confederacy. It would be a really amazing thing to see. I don't know why I really have. Yeah, Africa together would be beautiful. But honestly, I don't think Africa could be together as a one country. It'd be too large to manage, honestly. But it's still possible. It's always still possible. Like just due to so much diversity, you know. Do you guys have any other questions? Anything you guys want to discuss about? Any opinions you might have? So I'm willing to answer any questions because I actually enjoy having these discussions. Because let's just say at school, people don't like listening to me have these discussions. They think it's either boring or just anything else. Like, they just say so much stuff. It gets a bit annoying, you know? Actually, uh, actually, I'm in high school. I'm in high school. I'm in high school. But then I can't say my age because of YouTube's guidelines. Like, YouTube might just ban me. That's the thing. But I can say I'm in high school. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing. If you're interested in African politics, you can always subscribe to the channel. It's amazing to have people like you to discuss with. Because my parents don't like listening to me talk about African politics. Basically, my whole family in general. Because I think one of the reasons why they don't like listening to me talk about African politics is because I always push this narrative of accountability and institutional strength. What I really dislike about how my parents and family view African politics is that they try to always give blame to somebody. They want to blame the West or they want to blame colonialism. But I think that in some cases that now we should actually just focus on saying, oh look, our institutions aren't strong. Public funding isn't going where it needs to be. I think that's the thing that we should focus on. And for some reason, people don't like taking that accountability. And I think it's something that we really have to address as Africans too. They should be more centered. It should be more centered on the accountability of the people in power. South Africa's had elites capture the government is not serving the people. There's a lot of embezzlement of funds and money that's supposed to go back to the people. You know, it's a sad world we live in, of course, and the world can't be perfect, and the governments can't be perfect in Africa. But still, I think that we should take accountability. I think that Africa can become stronger. Africa can become more unified. They can be more sovereignty. Thank you, thank you. And this is the type of people I want to attract to my channel. Accountability, because everybody always wants to blame somebody else. I remember in school one day, I was having a discussion with my teacher, and I said that Africans and Black people around the world have to take more accountability, have to be willing to say that, hey, we're going to fix ourselves and we're going to stop blaming other people for our issues. And all of a sudden, people around school start saying that I hate Africans, when I'm literally saying that all I want is the best for Africa. And it made me really sad because the fact people were spreading this thing around. And you're correct. And thank you for saying my channel is going to explode. Because it will. Because I'm going to make sure it does. Because I'm going to post consistently. And I'm going to make sure that like Africa is going to be great someday. Like I've basically dedicated my life and my future to one thing that I want Africa to be something where I want Africa to become a regional power in the world. Not regional, a global power. In one way or another, but I'm going to make sure it happens. I'm trying to build this popularity in this space. One of the first reasons I built this space was because I want to have discussions with people like you. People want to say, "Oh, Africa has to have accountability. Africa can be great in the future." I want to have discussions like this. I'm not just these type of discussions, but I also wanted to build a base that can actually support a federation or a confederation of Africa or a more unified Africa. And people who are willing to have nuanced conversations about Africa too. And funny enough, I also want to point out something. The majority of the people on my channel are actually in the United States instead of Africa. But I have gotten some comments from people who grew up in Africa. Okay, on my influence, I think one of my plans for Africa is going to be I have a plan. I want to build wealth for myself so I can have influence in African politics. And I just want to build maybe confederation or federation type of union. Like it's a really deep plan. Like I've spent so much time thinking about this because once I built the base, I get credibility by getting into the AU, the African Union. As much as I don't really respect the African Union because I don't really don't think it's had enough impact on the lives of Africans, like day-to-day African. I don't think it's had enough impact on day-to-day Africans. So I don't really respect the AU, but it's going to be a really good credibility boost. And I don't think I should have said that because in future this is going to be referenced when I try to join the AU. But I think that with proper leadership, you're in Canada. I'm also in Canada. I'm also in Canada. I live in Alberta. I live in Alberta, and it's actually summer now. It's summer. Like finally, it's finally summer. There's no longer any snow. There's no longer any snow outside. So I was like, hates the cold. I hate the cold. I'm just shocked I'm having this type of like open. Oh, nice. You're in Ontario. I actually thought that you lived there. I actually like you talked about Somalia. Are you from Somalia? Are you from Somalia? Oh, for me it's 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. and the sun's still out. Oh, the guy who just commented, Christian U1. He's from my school. He's from my school. He's like the only person in my school who knows I have this YouTube channel. This Christian U1. Yeah, I will. I shall. What's up? But yeah, you guys, hi. You guys give me like 1 second. Oh, you're from Somaliland. Nice, nice. That's amazing. But then do you like the governments in Somaliland? Tell me, do you like because I was actually watching a documentary recently on Somaliland, and I found out that if there's no issue with you, yes, I'm African. You know I'm African. Uh, and Christian U1. I think he actually subscribed to me. He talks about Jesus Christ the Lord on his channel. What do you think about some? Yeah, I was watching a documentary in Somaliland, and I found that people are fairly satisfied with the government. Okay, I was just trying not to offend you. I also think the same thing. The documentary I watched says that the currency isn't really working in general and stuff like that, you know? Yeah, it's likely getting better because I think it's beginning to be more stability. But I still think that Somalia as a people should be unified. I think they should be unified. So you guys can stand against the adversity of your neighbors or hostilities. And have you guys heard of how Ethiopia is trying to might go to war with Eritrea? With Eritrea. I remember meeting a girl from Eritrea at school. Huh. And I've actually seen a lot of hate messages on this channel, I can't lie. Like you know my first live, the first live I had, there's some guy called me some really mean stereotypical names. It was so horrible. But I think the reason why I got those names was because it wasn't my real audience that was here. Wow. Wow. $1 Canadian to $100,000 is insane. Yeah, I think it's getting worse all around Africa. But I think Africa can still do better. Like if we had a unified elite class who is serving the people, Africa could obviously gets better. In terms of economically, socially, etc. Africa could get better any day. As long as we have a more unified elite class who actually wants to serve the people. Because most elites in Africa are just so self-serving. They use public funds to take their kids to Switzerland to study. It's such a really horrible thing you see. Like how majority of Africa is in poverty too. Even foreign aid is replacing taxation. If you've watched one of my videos, I called it the poverty industry. If you've watched the video, I actually left the link to the paper I wrote on. I called it the poverty industry. It's one of the, like I was addressing issues with African politics. Yes, you're correct. You're correct. You're correct. Because Africa, this Nigeria specifically is a really big country. Nigeria has a population of above 200 million people, and the government is so self-serving that they just basically embezzle all the funds that they have. They just embezzle all the funds that they have, which is supposed to be using to serve the people. You're supposed to use that money to provide for people. Instead, what they do is that they just give out rice to people. Just give out rice. What the hell? They just give out rice to satisfy the people. And I don't want to consider. I don't want to call my people anything, but I think people are being ignorant. I think that's the word I'd use. Nigerians themselves are being ignorant to the problems that's the government, like to the issues with the government. Because there should have been a popular uprising at this point. And it's like I'm trying to incite any sort of revolution in Nigeria. But I think naturally things can change. Like Nigeria is basically becoming a one-party state. The APC is taking over. Even during the Civil War, and so also, I think there's also a lot of ethnic division in Nigeria. So there's a lot of ethnic division with the Hausas in the north and the Igbos in the southeast and the Yorubas in the southwest. There's a lot of division. Exactly, you're correct. Religion has divided Nigeria in two actually. Exactly, they should work together because it's not like multiculturalism in the case of Nigeria can't work because everybody likes to blame Nigeria's issues on the fact that they have several. Oh, wow, actually, I don't like that. So, like, people like to blame Nigeria's issues on the fact that damn my dad.